Hey, how's everybody doing today? Today I wanted to talk about mental decompression and different ways to decompress, why people need to decompress. And I wanted to start off with what decompression is. So, decompression is to return to a normal or relaxed state after being in a period of stress. So a lot of people don't understand. Like we go through our daily days, day in and day out. Even if we don't have major stresses in our lives, we have minor stresses, and minor stresses, of course, build up to bigger stresses. So it is good to know that each day you may encounter some stresses. It may not be something major, but you do encounter stresses. You encounter stressful situations. You have to, depending on where you work, depending on your home life, uh, anything can trigger stress within your body, if not within your mind, and it can cause different things within the body as well as the mind. So it is good to know that even though it may not be something major in your life, we do encounter stressful situations each and every day. So it is good to know that you should take some form of decompression throughout your day, mostly at the end of the day. So, with that being said, I notice for myself when I start to uh, get highly irritable. I get irritable very fast. I start to overthink situations, and sometimes I may semi shut down and stop talking. I don't talk that much anyway. So I start noticing in myself when I stop talking even more than what I do now. These are the times where I realize that I have to take a moment to decompress. I normally decompress at the end of every day anyway. But if I'm in a highly stressful situation throughout my day, and I realize it, then I do take a moment to decompress. If I'm in my car, I just take a moment to decompress. If I'm in the house, depending on what I'm doing, if I'm out, even in a convenience store, things like that, you can still take a moment to decompress. So some of the things that I do to decompress, one of the major things that I do is meditation, as well as prayer. Meditation helps me relax, helps me sort out my thoughts. Um, it helps me control my breathing. Sometimes when we get upset, when we get stressed out, our breathing gets restricted. In meditation, different forms of meditation, if you learn how to breathe properly, deep down in your belly, I'll talk about that in a later video. But if you start learning how to do that, then you'll stop the restriction of your breathing, and it'll help you control your breathing, relax your mind, and you can move on from there. I do journaling. I don't journal as much as I would like to, but every now and then I do journal, and every night, every day, and as well as throughout my day, I pray. So meditation, journaling, and prayer are the three things that I use to decompress for myself, especially when I notice that I'm starting to get bundled up on the inside, when I start to get irritable easily, when I start to overthink situations. I'm already a critical thinker, overthinker. So I notice when I start to overthink situations and thoughts and things like that, and when I stop talking as much as I stop talking more than what I normally do, I notice that I need more decompression in that moment. So for you guys, I just want you to pay more attention to things that happen throughout your day, things that happen throughout your week, and realize and understand those times when you may need to decompress. Hopefully, you guys pick up a practice where you decompress in the middle of the day, at the end of the day, because we go through life, and life can be stressful, whether we like to admit it or not. Um, so just find your ways. I named three ways that I like to decompress, but find ways that you yourself you like to decompress, or that is helpful to you. And just ask your questions to yourself. How do you decompress? If you do already decompress, what other ways can you decompress? If one way isn't working, what's another way that you can? Um, how do you feel, or have you noticed that you need to decompress? Again, a lot of people don't even know, may not know what decompression is, or may not know that they need to decompress mentally, especially. So just take the moments and think about it. Would it be beneficial to you? Do you think that you need decompression? Some people just go through their days, stress after stress building up, and that's not the way that we should live, because then that's when people, have the manic episodes and things like that, and have mental breakdowns, and people road rage and things like that. It has nothing to do with the person that cut them off. It has to do with things that build up in their life, the stress that build up in their life. And if you acknowledge that you need decompression, what will you do about it now? So if you haven't had a decompression practice, and now you answer these questions and you realize that you need to decompress, what are you going to do about it? What is the next step that you want to do in order to help yourself decompress? If anybody has any questions, if people don't have a decompression practice and you would like to get help with that, inbox me, shoot me a message, and we can start working on that as soon as possible. Everybody needs it. Everybody deserves it. And I just hope and pray that people take this message and are able to use it and gain something from it. I hope everybody has a blessed day, and I will see you guys soon.